back to my channel. I'm your girl Keela, and we talk about all things self-love, healing, and just being intentional. Okay, so if you are new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you are back, what's up? How you doing? Glad to have you back. But yes, so y'all, welcome back. And before I just really get into it, I'm still running my 20% off sale. We still have a few more days in this month. Okay, 20% off sale on all my products. And then I am doing 20% off on my coaching packages as well. Okay, so my website is in my description along with my social media handle. So don't forget to check those out. Okay. Okay. Let me move this up a little bit. Let's see. Let's get a little bit of the hair, y'all, because your girl been rocking these hair wraps. Let's go from this side here. I'm rocking these head wraps. I'm sure you see them bracelets over there on the side too, don't you? Go ahead and copy you. Copy you a few. Copy you a few. But yes, y'all. So I am back. I post every Thursday. So always be checking back on Thursdays for my post, okay? But I just want to hop on real quick because let me tell you, God has been working on me, working with me and working through me, and I'm just in this era where I'm slowing things down. I'm slowing things down. Last week I made a video about how it's safe to be you, and that video resonates with me as well. So I am being patient. I am taking my time. I am pouring into me because I spent so many of my years doing that for other people. So I don't know where God is taking me, or maybe this is me sitting in my femininity. Okay. And so I'm just like in this soft, slow, like timeless space. And I'm loving it here. I'm still working through me and meditating on, you know, what has brought me here, things of my past. um and I have to be honest, you know, with healing, the journey isn't always pretty, and sometimes you can have these feelings where you don't really too much like the feeling, but you must sit through the feeling because that's what healing is all about, and just being aware of who you are in there and what is birthing inside of you so that it may come out. Okay, so I'm all in my season and I'm just embracing this. I'm embracing me because I think when you get to this point, God wants you to slow down so you can understand who you are. So you can, you know, quiet the mind to quiet I want to say mindset, but quiet the mind to where you can hear your higher self within you guide you to who you were created to be. You know what I mean? So yes, this is different. I'm just not in a rush anymore. I just was always rushing to do stuff. I was, baby, it's giving and I'm loving it, but I'm also in that curious mindset. Okay. So I'm always just asking myself questions, asking the most high questions. And so I'm sitting in this season, and maybe this is the version of me that was always in there that is coming out, and to just slow down. You know, I've been in a place where I'm not speaking as much. Like I'm just allowing the voices around me to do its thing, you know. And so this is where we are. But I wanted to come on today to, you know, empower you, you know, inspire you, to impact you, to slow down, get a glimpse of who you are, sit in your seat. You know what I mean? And you cannot do that being so in the motion of your day. Okay, we learn more when we are still. We learn more when we are silent. We learn more in our solitude spaces. So if you're not operating in a space to where you can get to that point, or you can make space to do that for yourself, I want you to try to build that into your day, because it's so important, especially as women, because a lot of us are walking around and we have no clue who we are because we're operating on the person we built through our pain and our trauma, our inner child issues. And let me tell you, the inner child work that I have been doing and the reparenting myself that I have been doing, the validating that I had to do for my inner child and the honoring of my inner child, apologizing to my inner child, all of these things, it plays a role because a lot of times when you are reacting to your challenges or when you are reacting to, people who may offend you, or if you see something on the news and you react to it, most of the time now, that's your inner child. And I had to learn that about myself because I'm so aware of my thoughts. I'm so aware of my emotions and my body and how it feels when I hear things, when I come across people. And so sometimes I'm uncomfortable and I get those thoughts in my head that my inner child would say or a child would say. It's like, okay. So I have to start asking the appropriate questions to see, now, where is this coming from? All right. So when you find yourself reacting and your emotions are all over the place and it's hard to tame, find your center. Okay. And you find your center by being still, taking a moment to breathe, even if it's just 5 minutes. Sometimes people think that stillness and meditating takes 20 minutes, an hour. It don't. It don't. Whatever you need in that moment to do what your spirit is calling you to do, that's what you do. All of this stuff is based on intuition. It's just that you got so far from it that when you feel it and hear it, you tune it out. So you react. You in go mode and you on to the next thing and there's no pauses. And so what I'm appreciating in this time that I'm in is how I'm not in a rush to do anything. And if I'm taken away from a project or if I'm taken away from something I'm working on, I allow life to just flow me there. Usually I would want to control it. And when you try to control things and stuff is not working out the way you want to, you become irritated, you become frustrated. And sometimes God just wants you to go through life just flowing. Okay? We have so much control that we don't know what to do if we are not in control. And God wants to be in control. Okay? God wants you to sit down and understand your worth and your value and what you have to offer to yourself and then what you have to offer to the world, because a lot of times you are operating with no purpose. And if there is a purpose in your mind, it's probably not attached to you. It's attached to somebody else. It's attached to your job. It's attached to something that operates outside of you. And you are more happy when you're operating in purpose. So if you're sitting in a place and you're frustrated, you're not happy, but you have to go do this thing all the time and you have to go be for these people all the time, it's because you're not being for yourself. It's because you're not doing for yourself. So slow down. Slow down. Whatever you're going to, whatever deadline you're trying to meet, sometimes that stuff, most of the time, it's going to be there when you get back. But the goal is to show up as your best self, show up as your most present self, your authentic self. You only find true authenticity within you. It exudes from within to without. Okay, so sometimes if you, I like to say sometimes, but most of the time, if you're operating from a raw place, okay, authenticity, I can't say it no more now. It's not flowing from the inside out. Okay, and that's not true to who you are. Okay, and finding your essence, finding who you are, finding out or creating that version of you that you want to be, you have to make space for that part. Okay, you have to make space for that part of you. If you want to be more feminine, how do you do that? Figure out who you are. If you want to operate in purpose, you have to be still. Listen to what your body is guiding you to do. You want to get to your destiny? Stillness. Talk to God about that. Make space to commune with God. You cannot hear divine insight. You cannot feel divine insight. You cannot know divine insight and wisdom if you're not seeking it from stillness, solitude, and silence. You'll get little bits and pieces where God would meet you where you are, maybe a dream, But you want the details as well, and you want to ask the right questions, and you want to wait for it, and you may need to fast for it. So it's just, what is your spirit, what is your body, what is your heart calling you to do in this season, and flow to it. A lot of this journey, and I'm sure you probably heard this before, a lot of things in this journey is not doing what you want to do, it's doing what you know you have to do. This journey is not all about doing what you want to do, it's about doing what you have to do. Because I've realized what I thought I wanted for me don't compare to what God wants for me. What I wanted for me was from a flesh place, but what God wants for me is from a peaceful, loving place. So now that I know a glimpse of what God wants for me, I'm going to do what I have to do, because now I want what God wants for me. Is the journey easy? No. Is your life from an unconscious place easy? Probably not. So which one would you prefer? Which one do you prefer? Do you want what God wants for you, or do you want what you want for you? Okay? What you want? What do you want? Let me tell you, you are worth the desires of your heart. You are worth your destiny, but it's not going to be handed to you without the work. It's not going to be handed to you without a divine connection. It's not going to be handed to you with the I'm trying to figure out how I want to say this, but it can't be handed to you if your heart posture is not in the right place. That's the best way I can say. Okay, your heart posture. You can work for God's attention all day long. You can go to church every day. You can do, but if your heart posture is not right, it's for nothing. Okay, for nothing. So I'm gonna leave you with that, and I hope that resonated with you. I hope that it was information here that you can take with you. I hope that you figure out what your spirit and your body is trying to tell you by sitting in silence, finding your solitude, and just being still. That's what we need now. We need to just slow down, listen, and just be in the moments. Okay, I'm gonna end it here. But in the meantime, in between time, go check out my website. It's in the description. Check out this my 20% off sale that's going on. That'll be ending the last day of this month, August. Okay. So yeah, I think that's all I got. Go be love, go be light, go be peace, so that you may receive love, light, peace. Peace.